It worked. I made a ramp. I didn't have to jack it up. Yeah. Might have been a bit dodgy, but I just drove it straight on. Not a bother. "20 meters of heat wrap doesn't go very far, does it? Just that bit. I've got 4 more rolls somewhere, which we can see here. 5 of these allegedly 20-meter long exhaust wrap, but that was 20 meters. I'm not sure if it was or not. Anyway, need to finish this side and the bottom. One of the problems I had with this, when you look into this flange, is it's got a groove in it, and the seal sits in there, the exhaust gasket. Now this, I'm guessing, is not a standard exhaust flange. It might be, I don't know. And the pipe just sits a little bit proud, so a standard gasket won't fit because of that pipe in the way. But the ones that were in it, they do fit. Apart from this side, which, as you can see, I've been grinding down this inner lip because that was sat more proud than, like you can see, this groove in here didn't really exist on this side, and this is the side that was blowing. You can see remnants of where it was blowing there and there. So I've taken those down with a die grinder and flanned it off, and the gasket sits much better on there now. I'm not sure if it's enough, but it's not proud anymore, it's flat. So I reckon it might be okay. You look at that one, you can see where that was blowing, and again there's a little indent in it. So that's something that I've got to give that a clean up. So I've finished wrapping the other side. I'll give it a quick coat of, didn't have any black left, unfortunately. There you go. The astute of you will notice that I have snapped that off. It's too easy to just put it on its side and break that lambda sensor off. This one seems okay. So yeah, I broke that. So I want another one. There you do. I've got a baggy bit. No. Oh, that's terrible. Well, luckily I've got another 2 rolls left. Oh, now there's a plane. Of course there is. The joys of living near an airport. So I've also redone that bit, because when the car's a bit lower, we were scuffing through this section here. So this is the entirety of the exhaust from the manifolds right up to the turbo. So as you can see, it's not that long a section of exhaust. We're back on. See, there's my broken O2 sensor. But we're all back together up there. New nuts, studs, bolts, washers, all the rest of it. I was going to bring this charge pipe up the outside of the sill, but it just made it longer, and it put more bends in it than it had before, and yeah, I just couldn't live with it, so I've tucked it under. Well, I'd say tucked it. It will be tucked under there. It is higher up than it was originally. It's just in a little bit better place. It's where I wanted to put it when I originally came up with the idea. Obviously, I will not keep the clips like that. It's just I just chucked them on while I was sorting out a place for it to go. It's not attached to the body yet. It's got to go up a little bit more. I'm probably going to put some riv nuts in these holes with a bit of flat bar on, with a couple of holes in that just bolts to. It's that simple, isn't it? Obviously battered that back there for no reason. But anyway, I'll put a side step on it or something to make it better.
Next job that needs doing is an oil change, oil and filter. We've got some 530, and I'm using Miller's, which is a local-ish company, and I'm going to give it a try. I've got some plans for this. I've got a K&N filter because the Toyota one's like 17 quid, and that was a lot cheaper, so I'm going to get that changed now.
So we've done the filter, we're draining the oil, I fixed the oil leak, and that oil's not great. It was just some cheap crap. So the plan with that Miller's stuff is I'm going to run that for a bit, and then you'll see in a later video what I'm going to do with that. But it's only going to be in there for 6 months. This stuff's been in a year, so it needed a change. The new tyres have turned up, and just to comparison, there's the old one versus the new one. Bearing in mind these are 225 40 18s, which were too small,
And these new ones are 235 55 18s. Nice.
up in the air. Everything looks great.
Let's get the brakes done.
We definitely had our money's worth out of these pads. Yeah. Good.
Pin retaining clip off. Tap out those pad retaining pins. Get them out.
You don't get that with an Alpha 159, let me tell you. There it goes. Pull them out. Pop them out. So, this copper grease. I've also got this. There's not actually a massive amount of meat on the pads. Anyway, here we are. It's even got a little locking tab on it, which falls off. Like that. Attention to detail. You don't get from a lot of manufacturers, but Lexus didn't want these brake pads with copper grease on. Actually, there's
This one's probably the best pad. So there it's out, absolutely no damage whatsoever. Yeah, look at that. It's hard to separate, or is that just wood? Yeah, it's worn. We'll call that one worn. I got some of this fancy German stuff, which looks like it's for push bikes. For use in garages and workshops, removes grease, lubricants, and other shit. Give it a little spray of that. Crap in there. Just like if this gets too small. Fancy stickers with them. Very nicely packaged. And they come red with this little layer of wearing in material. Break in. These are very popular. I've £120. EBC's cheapest pad. Drop straight in there, no bother. Yeah. So, bit of copper grease on the back of this, and that goes on like that. This is what I'm going to do is use this. There's a smidge on there, and on there. Not to get on the disc. If you do, clean it off. To be fair, these discs are not great. That's that pad in. That pad in. Slots in lovely. Shim on. Shim on. Many shivers. Magic. Tap them back in.
Oh. See that?
See the difference between these standard wheels. This is off the ground, obviously. Yeah, look at that. These are very old. They're from the future, actually. They're from 2812. 2012. Okay, new tyres. A little bit reduced, but we are 55 18s with the worst wheel nuts I've ever seen in my life. This happens when you leave it in the acid for a bit too long, like 2 weeks, probably too long. And I did not fit this tyre. Or even that one, to be honest, which is, maybe it's supposed to be opposite the tyre, I don't know. But anyway, tyres aren't cracked, and they are a little bit bigger width-wise than the stock, because they're knackered. So stuff for its MOT, rear fog light. Couldn't think of me, for the life of me, why it wasn't working. Driving me absolutely mental. Turns out I thought the fog light was in here, but it's not. It's there. And it's not in there because we took the bulb out for the track car. Yeah. I think we had a brake light out or something. I don't know. I can't remember. So we've got the big tyres on the front now. Looking a lot better. Yeah. So we should have a bit more comfort. I'm debating whether or not to put them side panels back on or not. I don't know. I've still got a couple more jobs to do, but we're getting there. Weight in the car. You see how close that is. It really does rub. As you can see, they are just tech screws in there. They're not even tech screws, are they? They're just whatever I had laying around. Because I haven't put the riv nuts in, because the cheap and cheerful riv nuts all I bought obviously broke. So those are just they're shoved in for now, so I can get it through a test. And they actually make it look a bit lower because the profile of the tyre is quite high. I'm still undecided about this. I kind of like it. See how I've moved the charge pipe. So that fits a lot better and it's higher. Especially from under the car. Bear in mind, it is quite low at the minute because it is full of stuff. I can actually use the space. This wood, you just have to ignore the wood for now. I've got a plan and it's going to look great when it's finished. There's a useless towing hitch on there that needs to come off. That's another 15 kilos of unnecessary weight. So can't wait to get that off. Right then, time to crack on. I've done some upholstering. Look at that. Just a bit of carpet I had laying around, but I needed to make it MOT test friendly so that there are no fumes coming in the car, maybe from a massive hole in the boot floor. So yeah, that's a lot better now and it's much quieter. Well, I've put the door cladding and the side skirt trims back on. It does look neater, gotta admit. Oh yeah, we'll start sitting down now, won't it? I've done that. I reckon that might sort out the tyre rubbing. And a bit of weight saving to boot. I think it balances the car up a lot better now, having some arches on the front. I'll let you into a little bit of a secret. I've only done this side, I haven't done the other one yet. But it was only this side that was rubbing, so I needed to get that off ASAP. But yeah, I think it looks a lot better, and I think I'm gonna raise the back about 20 mil, and that should finish things off in the wheel arch department for the time being. Would you please hit the subscribe button, because it really does help me out a lot, as well as liking it and comments. Write what you want, anything. I wonder how many of you have watched this far. If you have, just put I've watched it. It's still here. Go and watch it again. Go on, I need the minutes.